Hi, so I'm Judith, and I'm from His Unmeasured Grace, and I'm here to explain to you how to live the grace-filled life when you're on a summer road trip. Everybody can be packed in a car in small spaces. Maybe you're traveling with a newborn, or maybe with toddlers, or tweens, or teens, or maybe they've all grown up and it's just you and your husband. I have tips for all those times of life, and no matter what season you're in, this printable I have might help you. The printable is free, so you have nothing to lose. Just click the link below in the post. The post will be in the description on YouTube, or if you've found this from Pinterest or wherever and you got right into my blog post, it's down at the bottom in the post on the graphic or in the words, and you'll find it. But here we go. When you pull out of your driveway on a summer road trip, or maybe it's a road trip around Christmas time or other holidays, or just because, just like the one that my husband and I just got back on, you might find there's tension and anticipation as you face the road trip before you and you're hours into it, or maybe you're just begun and someone from the back of the car or the van says, "Are we there yet?" So it can be endless. And what do you do? I have some tips for you. And whether you've just pulled out of the driveway and the tension is high or not, a graceful summer road trip is what you really want. And I have a 6-step process for a summer road trip. And I've included a printable to help you along the way, because you want to go prepared. You don't want to get in the car and then think, now what? And have to stop and get ideas or pick things up at a truck stop or road, whatever place you can find, because that gets expensive really fast. So just click the graphic below or the link in the description box on YouTube, and you've got it. So we've traveled with kids, and we started out, I think our first road trip, well, we had quite a few before because we were married 4 years by the time our first baby arrived. And we went on our first road trip when he was 2.5 months old, and he was in a growth spurt. And I was nursing him, and it seemed like actually, it started before we ever got in the car. I thought everything was ready, about ready to go, and he needed to eat again. And we hadn't even gone literally half an hour, and he wanted to eat again. We only had less than a 3-hour trip. I think it was only 2.5. So my husband was like, "What is up?" That's a little hard because the printable might not work for that. But you might need to know that there are solutions for most of the things that you might find that you have issues with on the road trip. Usually they're with people, and the people might be little people. So in my post, just to show you that we've already gone on a road trip, there's 2 pictures, even though this is a post that I elaborated on from a few years ago. So you can have a grace-filled road trip. And so what if you have toddlers or tweens? They're the hardest ones. Or even teens can be hard all over again. You might want some of these tips. So the first thing we've always done, whether we had kids or not, or now that we don't have kids, we pray together as a family before we even pull out of that driveway. We pray for safety and all the things. You might listen to an audio story on your device. We used to listen to CDs, I think tapes before that. And now it's so easy because you can find them on Spotify. You can find everything. So you get prepared and you have your trip stories for your children at their age level downloaded on Spotify or your iPhone, whatever you have your things, your apps or whatever for it. I have mine on, or we have ours on Spotify. You can play games. And games you play as you look out the window with the license plates, and Google them. You'll probably find them there. And you can get cute water bottles for your kids that you haven't had before so that it's something interesting. Only thing is, I just thought about that they'll be so interested in drinking, you'll be stopping all the time. But they have to have something to drink, right? Whether it's juice, which I don't like because then it rots their teeth out, and you want them to start off their adult life without cavities or as little as possible. So, but you want to make water available for each one, have a bottle, and make it cute so they're interested in it. And it makes it fun. Have little games or little things that they can have in the cart for each one of them. And you want to have snack surprises. That makes it fun. We always have snacks because I found on the one that we just came back on a couple days ago that even though we're adults and even though we've traveled for many years, it gets boring after a while, especially on the highway when watching out the window isn't quite as interesting, and you look out and you wonder, why do they want to live right next to the highway? But the snacks you might eat even out of boredom. And you might have books on Kindle or audiobooks for the children to listen to. If you have a little TV screen, which we never had, you might want to have something uploaded and ready for them to watch. And all these ideas. And you can get that printable. And the printable, what it serves for, you print it, take it with you, put it in a plastic sheet. Even if you don't do those ideas, it jogs your mind for other ideas that you might have. And I'm telling you, we've had everything that happened. We had the restless newborn that wanted to eat constantly. We've had toddler issues, and we've had blowouts while we're traveling. We've had children throwing up. That's not nice. So you want to be prepared with that, with bags for them. There was one of my little girls had to stop very often because she would get road sick on windy roads. And so we had to be prepared with a bag in case we couldn't stop. Another one always had to pee, and we always had to stop because she had an active bladder when we traveled. And so you might want to be prepared with things like that and think ahead. Extra clothes for that, handy, ready to use. And so all those kind of things you might want to be prepared for. We've had behavior issues where somebody acted out so bad that we had to pull over. And so you never know, and you want to go on your road trip well prepared, and the printable will help you. So download it. Okay, have a wonderful day and a wonderful summer with a wonderful bunch of road trips.